welcome to your program, Fine Relationship. Today we are looking at episode 46. Today we are coming with a very important topic, and we trust God is going to assist you. We are looking at the most important thing in marriage, or the most important person in a relationship. But before we get into it, I will want our Fine Relationship coach to say something to us.
Wow, it's that time again this week that we're gathering again. I want you to begin to understand that you need to get your friends on board, create watch party on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, get down to our channel, and www.lifemending.org is the website. You can also connect with it. Today we are dealing with the most important thing, or the most important person in your relationship, and the answer is direct, straight and direct, is you. The most important thing in your relationship is you. It's not your partner, it's not your child or your children if you have any, it's not your job, it's not your business, it's not your assignment. The most important thing in every kind of your relationship, including marriage, is not even the relationship itself. The most important thing is you. I've seen situations in marriages where people get so much obsessed with their partner or their spouse, where he went to, who she spoke to, who she WhatsApp, who she called, and they get so much obsessed that they lost touch with themselves and eventually loses their partner and also the relationship. Some of the people that I've seen are those of them that are happily married. They just got happily married, but all of a sudden they need to have baby. They are so much obsessed. We've not gotten baby. It's 5 years, it's 10 years, and the woman is obsessed, the man is obsessed. In their obsession, they lose touch with themselves, and having lost touch with themselves, they eventually loses one another and also the relationship. Another situation are those of them who are career-minded, who are so much obsessed with their job. You know, the woman is up running after her career, the man is up running after his career, and at the end of the day, they lost touch with themselves first of all, and then they eventually lose their spouse and also the relationship. We came into this platform today to let you know that the most important thing in your relationship is not your partner, it's not your children, it's not your job, it's not even your business. The most important thing in your relationship is you, woman of God.
Yes, you are permitted to lose every other thing, but not yourself. You can lose every other thing, but if you still have yourself, it means that there is still hope for you. It's just like the tree. When you cut the tree, from the branch, from the middle, there is still hope for that tree. But when a tree is uprooted from the root, it means that there is no hope for such a tree. The same thing with you. You need to make sure in everything you put your hands to do in that relationship, no matter what is happening, be selfish about it. Take good care of yourself. I do tell the ladies, I say to them, you are permitted to be selfish in one thing, and that is taking good care of yourself. I'm not talking of your spouse, I'm not talking of your children. Now I'm talking of you. You need to take good care of yourself. You find a lot of ladies, when they have issues in their relationship, they take the option of suicide. They take the option to die instead of taking care of themselves. And that has made a lot of ladies to lose who they are. You have lost who you are. That is why you choose to die. You have lost who you are. That is why you are having issue with your spouse. Then nothing is working anymore. But this evening, I come to advise us that you should take good care of yourself. Be selfish about it.
Another aspect of it that you need to understand is that self-worth is not selfishness. You need a clear-cut definition of that. Self-worth is your discovering of the qualities that are in you and having a feeling that you deserve to be treated with respect. It's an emotion that you place towards yourself based on the recognition of the values that you carry. But you don't just get into building self-worth before building self-value. The basis of self-worth is self-value, because in self-value, you first of all discover the qualities that you carry on your inside. This time around, you are not placing a feeling of being treated with respect. Rather, you take up the responsibility to treat yourself, to place value upon yourself. I know I am a person of self-worth. I decide to treat myself with that value that I have already discovered based on the qualities that I carry on my inside. If you don't place value upon yourself, people will not know that you really deserve to be treated with respect. The accumulation of your self-worth and your self-value is self-esteem. So you need to understand that self-esteem is the summation of how you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself, and the value that you place upon yourself. These are all things that you really need to go from self-value. You start doing it to yourself first of all, and then you begin to understand that I deserve to be treated with respect, and that now begin to boost into that. But for you to build this self-value, self-worth, self-esteem, there are 4 basic elements that you deserve to know. The first element is the element of recognition of your abilities. Your abilities is the building block. If you've not discovered your self-abilities, the abilities that are loaded in you, you will not be able to go to the next level of the element, which is effort. Your effort has to do with the engagement of those abilities, your refinement, your building, your investment, your effort in order to build those abilities. When your effort is married together with your ability, it gets you to the next level, which is performance. You become a high performance person when you discover your ability and engages the effort to do it. And when you begin to perform in a high standard, your self-worth begin to blossom before your face. Don't forget it. How to build it. Get to discover your ability, get to put effort to it, and when you have high performance in every area of your life, your self-worth will automatically blossom. Woman of God.
Yes, you also need to know that you are a treasure land. You need to know that you are an embodiment of great gifts and talents. You did not come into this life empty-handed. God equipped you to make sure that you'll be able to go through whatever that comes your way. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in what you carry, what you have. I want to give an example with something that happened to me when I was trying to come into South Africa. There were certain things I needed to settle, and I was praying, I was trusting God to help me. Each night I get up, I pray. Each night I get up and pray. Then one of the nights, God asked me a question. He said, "What do you have?" I was so angry. I was like, I've been praying for almost 2 to 3 months, and now you're asking me, what do you have? Well, you know that I have nothing. Then he said to me, he said, there is this jewelry that I had. I didn't know that that jewelry was gold. It was a gift from
Gold
someone with diamond, 24 karat gold. Then he said to me, he said, that jewelry that you have, it is 24 karat gold with diamond. He said, go and pick it, and that you will use to solve all the problems that you are having. But I didn't know. I've been using that jewelry for more than 8 years. I didn't know that it was a treasure. It has been with me. Sometimes I just throw it wherever my kids take it to their cultural dance. It was only that day when the Spirit of God revealed to me that you have a treasure. I began to appreciate what I have. So there is something you have in you that will help you to bounce back. There is something you have in you that will make you to stand. In case you are having issue in your relationship and it's like you have lost everything. You've invested a lot in that relationship and you are looking at yourself. You don't want to let go that relationship. You know that there is no future in that relationship. You know that if you continue in that relationship, it's taking you nowhere. But you are still holding on that relationship because you are looking down on yourself. You believe you have nothing to offer to your generation. I want to say to you this evening that you are a treasure land. You are a treasure land. You are what your generation is looking for. Your generation is waiting for you to manifest. Just tell yourself that there is something good about yourself. Believe in yourself and you will attain greatness.
Finally, the wrong way to estimate your self-worth is when you begin to build your self-worth based on your appearance. When you think that your appearance is the basis of estimation of your self-worth, you begin to build great wardrobe, you begin to spend on how you dress, and when you don't dress trendy, you think that you don't have self-worth. Others also are building their self-worth wrongly based on their career. They believe that what they do is the basis of their self-worth. Others based on achievement, what they have achieved. All these things are very beautiful. All these things are very wonderful. Your net worth, all that you have owned in the account, all of them are beautiful, but none of them are the correct basis of building your self-worth. I want you to understand that your self-worth was never determined by you. Your self-worth was never determined by anybody. Your self-worth was determined by God, who inserted inside of you treasures and abilities, as the woman of God has spoken about. You can dress trendy if that doesn't mean, it doesn't have anything to do with your worth. That you have $1 billion is not your worth. You can enjoy the maximum worth that the money brings, but that is not your worth. That you have $1 million, that's not your worth. It's the worth of the money you have. But your worth is different from the money you have. You can gain the worth of the money, yet you are dying inside. We've seen a lot of people who are wealthy, yet they are committing suicide because they don't have self-worth inside of them. I'm showing you today how to build your self-worth. Discover your ability, put your effort inside of that ability. Let there be performance, a high performance inside of it, and your self-worth will blossom. I speak to you today. Don't die in that relationship that you know that is taking you nowhere. Don't lean on a man. Don't use a man as a crutch. You need to know how to build your personality that you become a ladder in a relationship instead of turning your partner into a crutch that you use to lean upon. I believe that today we have really affected you and we will continue to affect you because that is what fine relationship is all about. Mama, can you sign up now for this week?
There is greatness in you.
That's true.
Don't allow anyone or any situation to determine who you are.
That's true.
Don't live your life based on what people are saying. There is a treasure in you. Don't forget.
No matter how rough $100 note is, the value cannot be changed because it is rough. I don't care how life has made you rough. I don't care how life has squeezed you. Your worth and your value have never depreciated. You need to get up today, clean up yourself, find out the treasure that is inside of you. Get courage to invest in yourself and you will shine. Those who are laughing at you today, they will stand to laugh with you. Thank you, Denji, for this great work on this particular studio. I believe that your studio is enabling us to reach out onto the world, and the World One Port Travel Rafchick. We thank God for every one of you. Thank you. Today, Ekene and Lulu, one of our sons in the house and the daughter, they are celebrating their 5 years marriage. One thing about that marriage is that it's cross-cultural. You know, people who came from different culture, they lift up themselves from the challenges and they are living in a very sweet and envious relationship. We salute every one of you. Keep on keeping on. We will see you when you are 6th year in anniversary. God bless you. Thank you, every one of you. See you. Amen.